Shortly after the first quarter of 2026, the value of tokenized real-world assets on the Stellar network definitively crossed the $2 billion threshold. This represented a 2.5 times expansion from the end of the previous year. That volume is driven directly by the highest tiers of global finance. In May 2026, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, which manages a custody repository of $114 trillion, began actively integrating its tokenization services onto Stellar's public rails. Simultaneously, Franklin Templeton brought over $650 million of its Benji money market fund directly on-chain, and Amundi deployed a $100 million tokenized fund, taking immediate advantage of a joint SEC and CFTC ruling that cleared security compliance barriers for institutional managers. This split-screen chart illustrates a glaring divergence. On the left, we see the exponentially rising curve of Stellar's institutional transaction volume and asset deployment. On the right, we see the flat-lined market capitalization of XLM, the network's native token. Standard crypto economic models rely heavily on the FAT protocol thesis. The prevailing assumption across Layer 1 networks like Ethereum is that massive utility and block space demand naturally force a direct correlation with native token appreciation. The 2026 data from Stellar contradicts that assumption entirely. Even as Wall Street executes billions of dollars in settlements, the demand for the underlying XLM asset remains static. The network has successfully achieved systemic scale, but its underlying asset is structurally decoupled from the economic value flowing across its own ledgers. This massive divergence between network throughput and token valuation is a deliberate architectural feature. Rather than acting as productive, yield-bearing capital, XLM functions as an operational lubricant. It acts as a highly efficient fluid that prevents ledger spam and pays for resource metering, designed entirely to keep the broader financial machinery moving without friction. Trillion-dollar institutions require exact cost predictability to operate legally and efficiently. To guarantee that environment, Stellar's engineers intentionally stripped away the speculative, high-yield tokenomics that define other public blockchains. In order to provide a zero-friction settlement environment capable of securing Wall Street's assets, Stellar was engineered to prevent its own native token from capturing the value of the transactions it processes. If institutions are deploying billions in tokenized securities, we have to look at why they chose Stellar's architecture over the massive liquidity pools available on EVM-compatible networks. Ethereum relies on an application layer, requiring developers to write complex custom smart contracts. Writing custom asset clawbacks introduces immense audit costs and vulnerabilities. By bypassing the application layer, Stellar places SEC-compliant KYC trust lines and asset clawbacks directly inside the secure consensus layer. This compliance-first design was further hardened in the mid-2026 Protocol 26 upgrade, specifically through Core Advancement Proposal 0077. This proposal deployed the on-chain quarantine protocol. It allows network validators, operating strictly via consensus, to programmatically freeze specific ledger keys and automatically remove non-compliant offers from the order book. For an asset manager issuing regulated securities, this capability is essential. It provides a deterministic way to isolate bad actors and recover funds during legal disputes, meeting stringent regulatory requirements without requiring them to deploy a single line of custom code. Traditional finance requires exact legal compliance to operate. Given the choice, they prefer hard-coded, unalterable protocol compliance over the vulnerabilities of Turing-complete programmability. Stellar's strict L1 protocol rules now intersect directly with the decentralized finance landscape, enabled by the maturation of Soroban smart contracts. By mid-2026, the network's DeFi total value locked surpassed $215 million, largely distributed across standardized lending markets like Blend and automated yield aggregators. Constant product automated market makers are not deployed as fragile user contracts. They are fused directly into the foundational base layer. External Soroban smart contracts can compose directly with Layer 1 liquidity natively, resulting in significantly tighter spreads and deeper liquidity for major stablecoin corridors. Execution flows predictably from complex Soroban environments directly into the foundational layer, aggregating liquidity across the entire network in fractions of a second. Soroban allows developers to build complex yield mechanics and batch processing capabilities while retaining the unyielding security of the L1 base primitives. Yet, despite hundreds of millions in DeFi liquidity and billions in tokenized real-world assets, the mathematical engine of the network continues to suppress XLM value capture. XLM utility is dictated entirely by an inventory and friction demand model. Stellar's minimum balance formula requires accounts to hold a baseline of XLM, increasing slightly based on active subentries to prevent state bloat. However, an institution managing millions in USDC only needs a negligible fraction of XLM to maintain accounts and open trust lines. The transaction fee structure is equally restrictive. To ensure predictability, the minimum base fee is locked at a deterministic 100 stroops per operation. Because a stroop is the smallest unit of measurement on the ledger, a single XLM token can cover 100,000 basic payments. Furthermore, Stellar utilizes a federated Byzantine agreement consensus model. Unlike other modern Layer 1s, there is no staking mechanism. Proof-of-stake networks lock up circulating supply inside staking contracts to artificially create scarcity. Stellar's supply is completely fluid, generating no native yield. This fluid supply is further diluted by a persistent market overhang. The Foundation's 16.92 billion token treasury prevents any organic supply squeeze. The math is highly effective at its intended goal. Exponential settlement volume in institutional stablecoins simply bypasses the XLM token entirely, enforcing a strict structural ceiling on its market value. The strict L1 compliance controls that secure DTCC and Franklin Templeton introduce a severe operational bottleneck for the broader network. This is the KYC fragmentation trap. While the network successfully attracts capital, its architecture inherently limits internal liquidity velocity. Tokenized securities locked inside strict KYC-verified trust lines cannot compose with open Soroban DeFi protocols. The result is isolated pools of capital. Strict regulatory containers prevent assets from freely mixing in open markets, heavily restricting cross-protocol execution. The exact regulatory compliance necessary to onboard traditional finance naturally fractures network liquidity into non-interacting silos. Heading into the second half of 2026, Stellar's strategic positioning requires balancing these isolated institutional silos against highly specialized competitors. This competitor matrix evaluates network architecture. Analyzing on-chain privacy, Stellar faces friction. Managers refuse to display holdings publicly, preferring Canton's DAML-based isolation. Simultaneously, Ethereum Layer 2s command developer network effects, providing composable liquidity that Stellar's isolated trust lines struggle to match. Stellar's architecture is actively squeezed by two opposing forces: demand for absolute enterprise privacy on one side and expansive decentralized network effects on the other. Stellar engineered the ultimate low-friction intranet for global finance, successfully clearing billions in regulated assets. By isolating its native token from that value, the network proves definitively that massive Layer 1 utility does not guarantee cryptoeconomic value.